And with that, oh, there we go. Now I got the monitor there. And with that, we are going to start today's stream just a minute early, because you know what? Why not? Sometimes it's good to be a little early, skirly. How are we doing, everybody? How is it going? It's going wonderful, I hope. Probably couldn't assume that. All right, what do we got today? What do we got today, man? What are people talking about? You know what though? I actually meant to see. Now I have the keyboard back. I guess I should address that. I have it back, which means now we can get back to that kind of fun. But yeah, so I thought I'd just play a little bit in the loading. You know, I've been meaning to get some music on over this little graphic. You know, but thought I might just play it myself this time since I have the keyboard. But I do always now, you know, I play something at the beginning actually that you can see me playing. So it's time for that. It's time to get back to the swing of things. I think I already played this one once before, but I just gotta play it again. And gotta get back into the swing of things, you know. All right. All right. Fancy that. See if we're recording and streaming good. Yeah, we are. Let's just check the thing to make sure. And we're golden. And if someone wants to tell me if the things are going in the right ears, you know, right and left, just right, just left, make sure to let me know. Because I thought I had that solved, but we got to keep checking up on these things because they seem to be a little wonky sometimes, you know. As some things are indeed wonky. Yeah. Let's get the view option there. All right. Now we got the chat on. Come on, let me put in. All right. Kind of almost messed up a thing I got here, but it's fine. All right, there we go. Got it. Got it good. Got it golden. Yeah. So on this lovely eve of Monday, the 9th of May. Wow, look how fast this year is rolling. Like, wow. It's already May. It'll be 2023 before we know it. What a year this is shaking up to be. What a year it's already been. And, you know, it just continues to, shine and shimmer and glow and explode. Like, so, you know, what are people talking about, you know, what's the whole, something about, you know, this some Roe guy, like, fighting this, like, Roe versus, like, Wade Wilson. Is that, like, the new multiverse thing they're doing, right? Like, is it Roe Kana? Is it Roe Kana versus Wade Wilson I heard about? No, of course. I'm being silly and making light of things that are, of course, not light to anyone. You like how it's a strategy, you know? Every single thing, you know, I have to say could piss off every single kind of person, really. There's something. But, you know, this whole, God. Imagine if Ro Khanna, you know, if you're not aware, Ro Khanna is a congressman in the House, the U.S. House of Representatives. I think he's from California. He runs on some progressive issues. He doesn't have much fight in him sometimes. Sometimes he actually wants to say some things that are brave, and sometimes he buckles. He's been just buckling a lot of things lately and kind of turning into this a bit of a disappointment in some areas. But we need everybody out. We need all hands on deck for everything. So, you know, there's better and worse. But imagine if, like, Roe like had in his like campaign ad this year, because I bet he's running for re-election because it's two, you know, every 2 terms. So here's the midterms. Like, see, now that this whole Roe versus Wade thing is like 100% the issue on everyone's mind, like that is what people are going to be making into the issues that they're running on, of course. So imagine Ro Khanna. Imagine he has like some ad, and he's like, you know, the Republicans are trying to take away your right. And I'm not even trying to like make fun of what he's trying to say. I'm just trying to make fun of like this niche idea I have. It's like, you know, the fight for Roe v. Wade is real right now. So when you go to the polls, vote Roe. Like I bet that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna make something about his name, and he's like Roe. And it's like, so if you care about Roe v. Wade, vote Roe this year. And I'm just gonna be like, all right. Oh man, it's tough. See, we got this whole draft. You know, got the draft opinion of the Supreme Court that is kind of yet to be confirmed, but it's seeming like that is like it's like they were so pissed off about it being leaked, and normally you don't get pissed off about something that big unless it has some truth to it. So that is now, see, that's the issue, but it's different. See, this has been building for a long time. This has been like one of the like cultural issues that like the conservative right has, like rallied for decades. This has been their thing that they've been trying to get back. And man, like this is the longest lasting and most significant impact like Trump will have definitely had, you know? Like this is him delivering for his voters, regardless of if you like it or not. Like he got 3 justices on the Supreme Court in one presidential term. That is so unheard of. That's so crazy. If you're a president, you are lucky. You are so lucky if you get to nominate one Supreme Court justice. Trump got 3 of the 9 that live there for their whole life. It's a lifelong service. He got 3 out of 9. Like, we're living in the effects of that. That's what happened, and here we are. And so we got these we got some laws in different states that are like the trigger laws, so that if for one day Roe v. Wade were to be overturned, some horrible or on your perspective, that's the thing. Guess what? I know I'm talking to a lot of people who have a lot of different opinions. I don't personally have as much. I have views on it, but I'm not a woman. I'm not someone who would normally be giving birth. So I don't really. It's not my say, and I'm not nearly as acutely, aware on all the different parameters of this issue, like a lot of people are, understandably, because it's a big issue. It's a big thing. It's a big thing of contention in our society, and even like there's a couple misconceptions. Like one of them is that that the feelings on this issue are really that. Like, yeah, you can divide up, like conservative side or like, pro-life, liberal, kind of pro-choice, right? But the truth is that neither of them are actually pro-life in the sense of, like, just pro-life. Like, pro-life on its own is associated with this abortion issue, but being pro-life is a big thing that, like, should stick on a lot of things. But no, we're not pro-life when, Obama's killing children overseas, Trump's killing children overseas, Trump, bombed a wedding. Like, that's not pro-life at all. So, we're hypocrites on all fronts in this. And that's the thing. Another misconception is that it's this issue of, like, left and right. Like, so many of these issues, it's not. It's an issue of your just beliefs. That's it. And sometimes we can trace these things. Sometimes it makes us feel good to be able to trace what kinds of people might feel certain ways about things. But it's not always the way to go about it. Because this guy right here, John Gleason, former county clerk, former state representative, former state senator, former county commissioner for yours truly's district. He was the county clerk most recently, and then he's arrested now for some stuff that I talked about on a different stream, so I'm not going to go over it again. But this man, you see, is a Democrat. Also happens to be a Democrat who is pro-life. That's just a fact of a person living in the world. That's just so the issue is, it is an issue. It's a thing to be talked about, that people want to talk about. I personally don't think that this is what should be going on, and I think that, we are restricting freedoms in this way, and that's the thing. All you do when you go to the, when you go to a legislature, when you go to the assembly, when you go to whatever label they want to call it, the House of Representatives, the Senate, the local state house, the councilman's, the councilman's keep, the mayor's office, all these things. you know, governors, direct orders, executive orders, all these laws that we do, all it is doing, you can only legislate freedoms. And we do it every day. We're all the time. We don't like to recognize that, like, every time we do a law, we're taking away a freedom or we're giving a freedom. That's what we're doing. We're either giving more freedom to do one thing or we're taking something away. And sometimes it's both. Sometimes when you take away something, you're giving another freedom. Like, yeah, when you drive on the road and you have a stoplight, like, you're not free. You're not free in this country to do whatever you want and drive past it or whatever. You'll get arrested. You'll go to jail. You'll possibly kill somebody because that's the actual real crime of it. Our laws are trying to represent criminality and what we actually feel is something, terrible. And restricting the freedom of people to just drive wherever they want all the time is better because that gives people a more free society where we can actually interact safely and, not just be screwed over by other people because they want to be. And that metaphor can just apply to 1,000 different things. We have to put stoplights in our world because some things aren't right. And this one is a stoplight that people want to put in front of women's womb. And, like, it's something that I just don't relate to. But a lot of people who do are very religious, and I know a lot of religious people. Like, this John Gleason guy was also religious. That's the thing. He sees himself, I'm sure, if they haven't, if they haven't got to him in prison yet. That's a joke for you NSA watchers. Yeah, for him it's pro-life on the whole front. Like, he's like, I'm pro-life when it comes to abortion, and I get hated for my Democratic partners on it, but I'm also pro-life in that I don't think we should be going to, war with Iraq and doing all these things. And so you have to understand that people's feelings on this are very tumultuous and tied to parts of who they are. And this guy was religious as well. And people who are, even though it's a thing you have to recognize if you're pro-life in terms of abortion, like, you have to understand that, like, where we are right now in every single state, like, the percentage of people who feel that way still, it doesn't, like, cap over a 30%, 40, like, not even in the southern states it caps over 40%, because people you can't, one of the worst things you can do in a democratic society is give someone a freedom and then take it away. Like, it's kind of like what we did with, it's oh God. See, every time I try to make a comparison, you'd be like, are you saying that this is exactly like this other thing? And I'm like, no, just let me talk about something, please. We can all just talk. We can just have a good time. And, have a good time trying to figure out how we're getting fucked in the ass royally. Sorry to all those boomers out there, but that's just the way it is. So, where was I? Yeah. Yeah, you have to understand that it's even in the southern states right now, like, the majority of people don't support, making abortion illegal. And I have some issues that I'm on, not this one, but I have some issues that I might feel a certain way about. But I recognize, and you have to be able to recognize when you're not representing the armed force. Oh, look, it's my father calling me while I'm streaming. Huh? Should I answer? Probably not a good idea. Good thing I didn't. Oh, it's all right. He's doing some busy stuff. I hope it's not. Actually, let me just text, make sure it's not urgent, because it is. It's like, okay, wait, why? No, see, I know it's not urgent because I know what he's. I know he's just checking in on me. That's probably what it is. Anyway, I'll just text to make sure. That's what I'll just do. "Hey Dad, everything okay?" Question mark. It says I'm doing it like he does because he just talks to his phone. Please let them know, question mark, comma, that I. Okay. Hey Dad, everything okay? I'm streaming at the moment. All right. Anyways, but yeah, like you have to understand when your opinion on something, like you can still feel the way you feel about it, and that's what people on the other side, like people that I not technically, I do, like I fit into the group of the populace who is pro choice, but people on that side have to understand that people's feelings, they're tied to something. It's not always like that's the thing, the ground people of it. Like, yeah, you can, I understand people are like, they're just trying to, like, these Republican, legislatures just trying to control women's bodies, and I'm like, yeah, it's hard to deny that. Like when the law passed by Alabama was like, passed by all only men. It's like, oh man, it's crazy. All these men making a decision about something that is for female's body. That's crazy to me. But you have to be able to talk to like regular people and understand that they believe something, because it's just how does people believe in what they believe for reasons, and they feel like what your position is. They feel like the pro-choice position is murder. Like that's and you know how we feel about how like murder is something bad, like the same feeling. That's like what, and it's not that I even like play it through in my head. I'm like, is abortion murder or not? I'm like, I see it's a complicated thing because you're like, wow, people caring about a fetus. What is that? Like I literally I see the argument, but then you're like, well, the safety of the mother, and what if she's it's not over. It's the pregnancy was not done over circumstances that were very much consensual or good, you know. And also the true fact that a lot of people, on the pro-choice side of the issue, that will infuriate people on the pro-life side, is that they'll be like, well, I just can't afford to bring a kid in this world. Like, what? Like, bringing more kids in this world is like giving them bad life. And people on the pro-life side, like, they hate that argument because it's like, wow, like, it seems like so irresponsible. It seems like wow, you just like getting to choose this life's kid for him, you're not, like, wow, just because life is like hard doesn't mean you should like not give him life. That's the argument. And while that is all, like, I understand that, like, actually, like, so well, you have to understand the world we actually live in. And I actually, if we're going to look at all the suicide rates going up and all the anxiety, it's the thing. I don't think not having life is like the answer. And that's not what people who are getting abortions think either. It's a personal issue with every single person in one. That's the thing. For every single person, this thing is personal. That's why it's so hard to like have any rational conversations about it. Regardless of how someone feels or not. But that's the thing. Even how I feel about it, I don't pretend for me to know like what the right issue is, because I have such a skewed, not vagina having view of it. Like, how could I possibly, speak to it like I know, what the fuck is going on here. And a lot of people don't think about it that way. We all have our prerogatives, and they come into conflict sometimes. And that's the thing. This whole just happening of a happening with this issue is like it on its own, it's its own just issue of something that can be viewed as fucked up. Whether you think it's fucked up that we've been allowing abortions, or whether you think it's fucked up that we're about to take that option away, possibly. Either way you feel about it, that alone is just an issue on its own of like heaviness. And then that itself creates this new It's not really new, actually. It's just a lit amber. We have, I mean, every year, man, we've just been having these tensions growing. And this is, again, just the last thing, like, we need right now. Like, I don't know, summertime is here now. Summertime is coming, and I don't know. I hate remembering stuff like in Charlottesville and you know, just, I don't know. This is going to be hot button, more than hot button, life-related button of the year. And I have, let me check my notes here. I got a little off track, but I have some, yeah. Oh yeah, Berserker Gang, that's what's up. God, you know, I really just would like to hear somebody's. Like, how is your day going? Red 5, Emma, Berserker Gang, somebody, just tell me. Like, what is going on with you? We gotta have the conversation here, you know? We gotta interact a little bit. I know we're not many at the moment. I know, believe me. But in time, we will learn how to bask in the sun. Like the great Kal-El of Russell Crowe's beautiful making. All your day is good, man? Oh, that's that's great. That's great. It's your birthday? It's your birthday. Oh my god. See, there we go. Well, happy birthday, man. Happy friggin' birthday. Happy fucking birthday. Happy days, man. How, doth? Bro, how, I want to say how old are you turning, but I don't, maybe I shouldn't ask that, right? Is that a thing you should ask? probably not going to announce your age, I guess. But who cares? I mean, I wouldn't care, but I'm not everybody. But regardless, you know, whether you're turning 63 or 25 and a half or I don't know, any other age, just I hope you're having a brilliant one. I hope you have a very happy there we go. Over 34, eh? Happy birthday. No, what am I? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Berserker gang. Happy birthday to you. Everybody give it up for Berserker, man. He's 34 today. Yeah, that's right. Bro, it's somebody's birthday today, bro. It's somebody's birthday every day, you know? Think about that. Every day we should just wake up and be like, happy birthday, somebody, you know? Somebody always needs to hear it. Or maybe everybody just wants me to leave them alone on their birthday and not serenade them. Perhaps that's what we're looking for. Oh, no way. Bro, is it actually your birthday? Oh my god. Naughty, bro. It's you. Wow. Yep, you're 39, 34. Look at that, bro. Holy shit. Just got back from... What does this fucking say? Horse riding. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, bro. No problem, man. You know, it's all that I got, man. Let's see, here we go. What else is going on, man? Anybody, no, I'm not gonna ask that. Bro, you got back from horse riding, bro? Is that what they're doing out in Oklahoma? I guess they would, right? I should ask. I have one friend who lives there. Or one other friend, I suppose. An old buddy. Wonder how many times he's rid horses. You know, I bet's doing some horse riding today is probably our buddy Elon Musk, as he's about to quintuple. No, yeah, it was quintuple. He's about to quintuple Twitter's revenue. I bet he's doing some horseback riding. Yeah, that's right. Yeehaw, yeehaw. There we go. Just riding on the Lansing, trying to fucking do some crazy shit. Yeah. When I get to Lansing, I'm gonna show them dinos and rhinos how to fucking give a shit for once. And play the blues. Just like Harry Truman. I wonder if Harry Truman had the blues when he dropped those 2 bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. I guess we'll find out in a year. when we get Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer with Robert Downey Jr. I don't know what to do anymore and say, but I had, I had what I thought was enough to go for some time here, but we're gonna keep trucking. See, the more interaction we get, the more crazy the attitudes, the more we're trying to mention. Yeah. The Bible Belt. I don't know if I've ever heard someone call it the Bible Belt. I've heard of the Rust Belt. The Bible Belt. Yeah, man, I don't know. See, if I was born in a different, state, different household, different set of life experiences, I would be a completely different person, man. So this gets back to my talk on my one of my episodes, the one where I call it Colton syndrome. That's the thing, man. Is like, I don't know. I have some beliefs. I have some beliefs about the world, kind of. I believe. I believe in an afterlife. I believe there's something going on, but I don't believe that any one dogma has really figured it out yet. I don't know if one dogma ever really could. One teaching. Even the most wholesome of teachings, I don't think. I think it's even because the effort can be used. It's just a tool for us sometimes. And this is my view. My experience has given me this view that I wouldn't have. And I probably would understand a lot more about, kind of like I have so many friends who are who actually were like, indoctrinated in different religions, and I'm actually I just remembered one that I'm like, oh God, I hope he's not doesn't think I'm talking about him. So I'm actually thinking more about some other friends I used to have a while ago who played some music with me, but in different ways it can all backfire. You try to shove something down someone's throat, and it sometimes comes back up. Because you can't force someone to, Oh, actually, shit. What am I talking about? People do it all the time. That's what these laws are. It's forcing people to do shit. But nobody wants to be forced to have their rights taken away. It's the thing. We have rights. We have so-called rights that we apparently uphold, right? What about our right to privacy, our Fourth Amendment right, Freedom from unreasonable searches and seizures. You know what that means? It means they can't go snooping around your stuff unless they have a reasonable fucking reason. And the NSA got none of that. And they're just spying on us and breaking our right to privacy every day. Looking right at you. All right, man. We all got different views on what rights we have, what responsibilities we have. Does somebody think a fetus has the right to go on and exist, on its own, and deserves that life regardless of any parameters, some parameters? Or does the person, the mother, father, people, well, the mother really, does their decision, is that their freedom, having lived in this world? And, that's the thing is, like, I would, like, if it happened to be that, a lot of the pro-life argument was coupled with, like, people in arguments that were, like, oh my God, here's how we also need to be taking care of our lives that we give into our world. Like, it's like, like when you're a fetus and you're a baby, it's like, God, it's like most important. Oh my God, you are life. And then as soon as we start, living in the world and needing care, it's on it's on that baby that didn't choose to be here. It was the thing. If it was, it's that's the thing. People think it's the choice of the will of the world. It's I get that actually. So it's the thing. It's we come back to this idea of what choices and freedoms we actually think we have, and that's the conversation. It's a crazy conversation, but it's one we have to be able to have in an understanding way. And it's what I'm trying to do here. But we need a lot of it, because right now there's just so much vitriol, and there has been. It's like this is only gonna not only that's the thing. Anything can do anything, but there's gonna be a lot of vitriol from this, in just some ways that I know aren't gonna be pretty. But you know what? That's all right, cause I'm listening to Wade. I'm listening to Wade Wilson, because I got me some brown pants today. See, now you're going to be thinking, are you that crazy? And did you actually just wear that because of this episode? And the answer is no and yes. The answer is, when I was thinking of the episode title, it happened to be I was already wearing these brown pants. I'm like, oh my God, I'm wearing the brown pants. I gotta do it now. Or don't you believe me? Can you trust anything I say? Who can we trust anymore? Who can we come to? Who will cradle us into the night? I don't know, but I know that all we've got is each other. That was not a satisfying chord. Neither was that. Oh, I kind of like that one. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that argument right there. Look at that. Look at that calculus. Look at that diagnosis of the situation. Yeah. Oh. Isn't it funny how Amazon, and not just Amazon, but a bunch of companies who are union busting and have been, like when you're at like you have to go to anti-union meetings, but also you can't when you're working you can't say the words. You can't say the word union, but you also can't say like wage slavery. They don't want you to say wage slavery, which, if they don't want you to say that, that's what makes it seem more like it's what you're like protecting is that. And why would you want to announce that you're against people saying wage slavery? That gives away what you're doing. And it's the phrase that people use back, in the 30s. Where is? Okay, my auto's fine. I feel like I'm missing a. Never mind. Something on the OBS. Yeah. No. Like Emma, no. You're not off the tracks with that one. Like really. That's just like the most uncomfortable truth that you're like, wow. Yeah, that's the really fucked up shit. Like, I feel like if everyone can understand that, even people who are currently like pro-life, they would see that as like just like, because here's the thing, man. You want to talk about the Supreme Court and their grand morality? Like months ago, not even a year ago, I don't think. Months ago, the Supreme Court ruled in a case against Nestle. It's been this long case building up against the company Nestle for using child slaves, for using child slavery in their production of cocoa. Look at the Nestle bunny. Come on, kids. Work for us and be a slave. Drink it up. And you know what the Supreme Court ruled? I'll give you... You want to guess what the Supreme Court ruled? I'll tell you. They ruled that they couldn't be prosecuted because it wasn't in America. It was over in, Guatemala or some shit. Africa or South America. I'm sorry I don't remember the specific continent. That is pretty bad. It's like actually really bad I don't remember that. But what's even worse is that I don't know it because no one's talking about it. No news, no press about this story, about how the Supreme Court literally is like, well, even though you're an American company and your headquarters is clearly in America, you're Nestle. Even though you're doing this stuff out there, well, it's just not in our country, so it's not our jurisdiction what you, our American citizens, doing over there. Even though you're violating human rights and making child people. I already said child. I couldn't go back and say children, so we got to go with it. Without making children literal slaves, literal slavery in today's day and age right now. The Supreme Court just ruled it okay if you do it over there. It's okay. It's okay. You can make childs our slaves, literally. Don't worry about it. Just go over to, like South America. Just have slavery over there, and I know it's American, and I know, like, you're a citizen here, and we could just, put you to prison for, like, so many human rights violations and war crimes, probably. But all of you are just gonna, like, it's fine. Oh, but women wanting to abort their child. We can't have that. We cannot have that. No. And one in, like, Texas will be like, what? It's like, 6 weeks. Like, that's how you have to know within 6 weeks. It's like crazy, man. Some place I don't think probably even not be at all. But that's the thing. This whole issue, Roe v. Wade, is something I haven't, made myself the expert on all the... A lot of people know a lot of stuff about, like, trimesters and what's actually going on. And people who are for and against it are all, like, there's a lot of knowledge. I don't have... it's not my arena of expertise. But I have an opinion like anybody, and plenty of people have opinions on plenty of things that they don't have an expertise in, and that's just how we are. It's not any reason for us to hate each other more, or less it's a reason for us to try and understand and go, wow, someone actually believes something that I think is so backwards. But that's life, man. We gotta work it out. Yeah, alright, let's see. We've got about 12 minutes here left on the stream. See, I'm wondering, so I got a new, by the way, I have a new, like, we have a new logo, kind of, that just says Senate, or Senator, I mean. But I'm wondering if I actually should just keep this one up with, like, the tape. Probably, most people will be like, what is wrong with you? Replace it. But I don't know. Something about it. Something in the way. Something in the way. There's something in there. Yeah. When I'm at the bridge, yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of making noise right now. Probably isn't the most pleasant thing. What is pleasant these days? I feel like I'm missing on my little OBS thing here. There's like 3 tracks I have for like audio. One of them's a mic. One of them's a keyboard thing. And there's one other one. But like I swear there was like 4 of them. Like what Not sure why it looks different. But yeah, wage slavery, don't we love it? Don't we love how that was just a common thing people talked about back in the day, because we recognize that we come from slavery and a whole economic system. It was an economy. Goods and services were bought and traded, but they were people. The goods were the people. We are like one amendment step away from slavery. That's how far back it is. It's just we're like one amendment to our Constitution removed from people literally getting to own you as a person. And damn it, why did come back to me. Damn you, ADT, damn you. Yeah, okay, so that's the thing. In slavery days, I mean, today, if you're Nestle, if you work a sweatshop in China, I guess it's not slavery, that's just being paid nickels. Or, probably is slavery in some parts. That's the thing, we just are okay with that. We're fine with it. We're fine with buying these goods from all this stuff. And shit, our own people do it now, too. Aren't we cool? Hey, rest of the world, look at Nestle. I bet you didn't think they had it in them, did they, to do child slavery today? But look at them. You thought we were so cute, huh? Yeah, we do child slavery, too. Oh, God. But yeah, like, slavery as it was back in the 1800s, and before then, it was like, you literally, it was up front. Like, no one was like, it's like, no, this is what's happening here. I'm a guy, I'm a white man, and I own you. I own you. You're my thing. You don't have a say, and that's what it is. My full domination of you as a person. Slavery. You have no rights. You are a thing. We are one amendment removed from that. That honest hatefulness. That upfront, hey, this is what it is. Like, hey, like people who defended slavery back in the day were like defending slavery. They're like, bro, this is how it works, man. It's just like, it's fucking, whether it was for literal people who are like, I'm the superior or whatever, or it's people going, man, like, it's the economy, man. The economy's gonna go bad if we get rid of slavery. Like, that's the argument they made back in the day, by the way. Like, that was an argument. A lot of people were like, well, I don't like slavery, actually, but, like, it's just how the world works. It's how a lot of people felt about it. And it's insane that we actually passed the amendment to abolish it at the time we did. Like, it took so much unbelievable capitulation. I don't know if that's the right word. Probably not. But, so we're just like we don't have anything to address, ulterior motived, ownership, where, like, we don't have it in our laws to recognize something that's like kind of real exploitative, but isn't the full ownership of it. Like, literally, we are all we have shit against in our Constitution is, hey, you can't fully upfront own somebody and call them your dog. Like, that's not even me trying to be funny. Like, that, like you can't do that. But everything else, we don't have a barometer. We don't have a barometer for mass calculative fraud of just corporate dystopia. Like, we don't have the law to calculate that right now. And we could if we literally just amended the man. If we amended the Constitution like we did during slavery. Because wage slavery is a real thing to talk about and discuss and go, maybe the same motives of trying to, exploit labor through a slave where you don't have to do any of the labor And you're profiting off of that. That is the profit. You're profiting off of not getting to do much and getting everything else. You know, maybe we don't have a clause where it's like they figured out a way to really own you without totally owning you, and like all these facets of life are owned by like the same people. It's so extreme, and like we don't really have much choice these days when it comes to law. In fact, we're not really that free, despite all of our comfy, you know, amenities. And look at all this stuff, man. Look at this stuff. Look at how cool this stuff is. Oh my God. Like, oh, we have so much stuff, and yet we have never been more depressed as a society. So something's wrong, and everyone knows it. And you know, these union attempts here, they're better signs. And it's better sign that there's more coalescing, you know, force behind them, regardless of, you know, political, you know, favoring, you know, wavering. Because, like, it's the thing, man, we got to get rid of that mindset, and we might not tomorrow, but we will sometime soon, man, because people are sick of it. We can't, like, look at every person, every issue through this left-right lens, even though, like, the thing, this one seems like one of the easy ones. Roe versus Wade, I mean, not wage slavery. But, as you point out, it is tied in a way, like, materially. And, you know, we are exploited bodies in so many ways. And, this one seems like one where like you really could look at it through the lens of like left and right, and it's really, you know, culturally, I think you can. This one's actually pretty easy to do. A lot of issues are not nearly, a lot of people like Elon Musk, a lot of people, you can't just shove this framework of capitalism left and right, you know, duopoly, you know, oh, look at these Republicans and their elephant logo, look at these Democrats and their donkey. Isn't it fun? Like, you can't just place these neoliberal, you know, facades over all these issues. This one, and it's this thing, because now it's different. I'm glad I got to this point just before the end. I'm glad I remember this. See, now it's different, actually, and I'm a little more hopeful that, I'm not hopeful, it doesn't make me, you know, all these things is not the best of news, really. But everything is a lesson, whether we want it to be or not. We learn something from everything. Sometimes we learn the wrong lessons. But a lesson people seem to have learned by now, and what I see a lot of people going on about is like, you know, it's like Republicans want to take away, you know, your right to abortion. And it's like Democrats, oh my God, they're going to take away your right to abortion, and we could have done something about that by now, you know, and we haven't. We've just sat on our asses. Come give us more money. Here's the opportunity for us fundraising. And people are really seeing through that, which is good, because that's the real thing. Neither of them really care. They don't. They care most of all. They care a lot about a lot of things, but the thing they most care about, like everyone really, is themselves. And we have zero transparency with these people who are supposed to be doing their best to represent you. There is a way for that to happen. It's how we got slavery abolished in the first place. We're fools to think we can't get there again. We're actually so foolish to think we're that powerless. We're not. It's all just people, man. All of them. Just like us. Just as flawed. Just as biased. Just as sexy. All right, everybody. Hope you have a good one. I hope you enjoyed. And peace and love to you.